In an industry where new stars rise every year, trends change overnight, and global attention moves faster than ever, how does one actor stay untouchable for 13 straight years? That's the question the entire K-drama world is asking right now. Because once again, Lee Min-ho has done the impossible. For the 13th consecutive year, he has officially ranked as the #1 most preferred Korean actor worldwide, according to the latest 2026 Overseas Hallyu Survey. And honestly, this is bigger than just another popularity ranking. This is legacy. This is consistency. This is the definition of a global Hallyu king. Let's talk about why this record feels almost impossible to break. The entertainment industry changes fast. Every year, new actors explode in popularity. New dramas dominate streaming platforms. Fresh faces trend across TikTok, YouTube, and Netflix. But somehow, through all those changes, Lee Min-ho never leaves the top. That's what makes this story so fascinating. His dominance isn't built on one-hit drama. It's built on generations of emotional connection. For many global fans, their K-drama journey started with Lee Min-ho. For some, it was Boys Over Flowers. For others, The Heirs. Then came the legend of the Blue Sea, The King, Eternal Monarch, and the globally acclaimed Pachinko. Each era introduced him to a new wave of viewers. And instead of losing relevance, his fan base kept growing. That's incredibly rare. Most stars peak in one era. Lee Min-ho crossed multiple eras. The cable TV era, the early streaming era, the Netflix global boom, and now the prestige international series era. That kind of longevity doesn't happen by accident. It comes from something deeper than fame. It comes from emotional familiarity. When audiences around the world think of K-drama romance, charisma, and classic Hallyu leading man energy, Lee Min-ho is still one of the first faces that comes to mind. That level of brand recognition is powerful. But what makes his 13-year reign even more impressive is its global reach. This isn't popularity limited to one region. According to the survey, his #1 status remains strong across Asia-Pacific, the Americas, Europe, the Middle East, and Africa. That means his appeal transcends culture, language, and generation. And very few actors in the world can claim that. Another reason this dominance continues is reinvention. Lee Min-ho didn't stay stuck in the same archetype forever. Yes, he became iconic through wealthy, charismatic romantic leads. But then he expanded, more emotional complexity, more mature storytelling, more morally layered characters. His performance in Pachinko especially showed a darker, more psychologically rich side that surprised even longtime fans. That evolution keeps his image fresh, and freshness keeps legacy alive. But maybe the most powerful part of this story is what it represents for Hallyu itself. Lee Min-ho is no longer just a successful actor. He has become one of the symbols of how Korean drama spread across the world. For millions of international viewers, he was the gateway into Korean storytelling. The first obsession, the first K-drama crush, the first unforgettable male lead. That kind of emotional imprint can last for years, sometimes forever. And in 2026, this 13-year streak feels like proof of that lasting connection. So now, the big question is, can anyone from the newer generation ever break this record? Or is Lee Min-ho's legacy simply a once-in-a-generation phenomenon? We want to hear from you. Which Lee Min-ho drama made you become a fan? Was it Boys Over Flowers, The Heirs, Legend of the Blue Sea, or Pachinko? But here's where Lee Min-ho's story becomes even more incredible. Staying famous is one thing. Staying relevant for 13 straight years in a constantly changing global industry, that's almost unheard of. Because think about everything that changed during those 13 years. New actors entered the spotlight. Streaming platforms changed how people watch dramas. Social media completely reshaped fan culture. Short-form content made trends move faster than ever. And yet, Through every single shift, Lee Min-ho stayed exactly where he always seems to be, at the top. That tells us something important. His popularity is no longer based on hype alone. It's built on trust. Global audiences trust a Lee Min-ho project. The moment his name appears in a cast list, people instantly pay attention. Not just because he's famous, but because his presence promises a certain level of scale, emotion, and star quality. That kind of trust is what separates a star from a legend. Another reason his reign feels so untouchable is how naturally he bridges generations. Older fans remember the emotional impact of Boys Over Flowers. The next wave connected with the heirs. Streaming era audiences discovered him through The King, Eternal Monarch, and international prestige drama fans saw a completely different side of him in Pachinko. That means his audience keeps renewing itself. One generation introduces him to the next. A younger viewer watches because their older sibling loved him. A new K-drama fan discovers him through clips and edits online. Then suddenly they go back and binge his older classics. That cycle keeps his legacy alive. And honestly, very few actors have that kind of evergreen replay value. But maybe the most powerful part of Lee Min-ho's dominance is emotional memory. For so many global fans, he isn't just an actor, he represents an era. The moment they first fell in love with K-dramas. The first late-night binge. The first heartbreak scene that actually made them cry. The first male lead that felt larger than life. That emotional nostalgia is almost impossible to replace. Because newer stars may trend faster, but emotional first impressions stay forever. And Lee Min-ho owns a huge part of that memory for millions of fans worldwide. Another thing that keeps him untouchable is how carefully he manages his image. He never feels overexposed. Every comeback feels meaningful. Every project feels like an event. That level of selectiveness builds anticipation. It keeps his brand premium, and it reminds audiences that when Lee Min-ho returns, it's never random. It's an era. That's why even after 13 years, his name still feels powerful enough to stop the entire K-drama community. People don't just watch. They talk. They compare. They relive old memories. They bring up the role that made them fans. That kind of reaction is the sign of true cultural impact. So maybe the bigger story here isn't just that Lee Min-ho stayed #1. It's that he became one of the permanent symbols of Hallyu itself. A face people instantly associate with the global rise of Korean drama. A living legacy that keeps crossing borders. And honestly, that may be even harder to beat than the 13-year record itself. So now the real question is, how many more years can Lee Min-ho keep this crown? And do you think any younger actor today truly has the power to challenge this legacy? Tell us in the comments below. And if you love K-drama legends, global Hallyu icons, and deep dive entertainment stories, make sure to subscribe to Asian Star Stories. Like this video, share it with fellow Lee Min-ho fans, and stay tuned for the next big story.